Welcome inside the Bercy Arena in Paris. It is men's wheelchair basketball semi-final action featuring North American rivals Canada and the United States of America. My name is Rob Snook. Glad to have you along wherever you're watching for this battle for a spot in the gold medal game. Only one blemish there in these 8 games these teams have played. USA 4-0, Canada 3-1. It is the first time they have met at the Paralympic Games since Beijing in 2008. One spot has been taken in the gold medal game by Great Britain. One spot remains. Which of these North American teams will it be? USA would be the favorites in this game. They are the 2-time defending champions. Now the coup de baton ceremony to officially launch the program, used in French theater, signifies the start of the show, the 3 taps. Handling the honor, Lionel Chavon, the 3-time Paralympian, with 2 bronze medals in wheelchair basketball for France. Lionel Chavon. And now it is time to meet the teams on court in this battle. These teams know each other well. They meet each other in friendlies. They meet each other at the Pan American Games. Turns out seldom of late at the Paralympic Games. Let's meet the team from Canada, the team that qualified through the repechage tournament earlier this year with a huge win over Italy. There is Nik Goncin, averaging 8.5 points per game. He's out of Saskatchewan in his 3rd Paralympic Games. Garrett Ostepchuk, averaging 5.3 points per game. He's also out of Saskatchewan in his 2nd Paralympic Games. Boie Hedges out of British Columbia, averaging just under 5 points per game in his 5th Paralympic Games. Vincent Dallaire from Quebec in his 2nd Paralympic Games, averaging 3.8 points per game. Blaise Mutware, he is from Ontario, from Toronto in his 2nd Paralympic Games. Colin Higgins from New Brunswick, 18 points per game is his average. He's been a star for Canada at these games. Melymick out of Ontario, 3 points per game for him. Here's Jassman out of Alberta, his 4th Paralympic Games. Patrick Anderson, averaging just a shade under 20 points per game, has put up some monster numbers on rebounding and assists as well. Jonathan Vermette, in his 3rd Paralympic Games, averaging over 11.5 minutes played. Tyler Miller, we saw him, and here comes Reid Daith out of Sherwood Park, Alberta. In his 1st Paralympic Games, he's appeared in 2 games here, but he is averaging 8 points in those 2 games for Matteo Farini's team. The 49-year-old Italian coach who's been the head coach of Team Canada since 2017. Their foes in this battle, their North American rivals, the Rio and Tokyo Paralympic gold medalists, United States of America. The tournament's leading scorer right there is Jake Williams. He's averaging 21.5 points per game so far. Talen Jourdan in his 1st Paralympic Games. He has made a nice contribution for the United States. So has Brian Bell, continues to pour in the points at over 14 per game, and the rebounds among the leaders in the tournament there. Here's Steve Serio, the captain of USA. We'll talk lots more about him. Paul Schulte returning to the team out of Michigan originally. Nate Hinze out of Wisconsin. Trevon Jenifer. Trevon Jenifer is out of Maryland, averaging 7 points per game. There's AJ Fitzpatrick in his 1st Paralympic Games out of Iowa. Jorge Salazar from California, just a shade under 5 points per game for him. Fabian Romo, we just met, a 27-year-old from Texas. There's John Boie from Wisconsin. 3 points per game for him and 29 minutes on the floor. And Jeromie Meyer in his 1st Paralympic Games from Iowa. And the head coach is Rob Taylor. 2 Paralympic golds as the assistant of this men's wheelchair basketball team from the United States, trying to win his 1st as the head coach. Now the national anthems of both nations. Two teams who know each other well, players who know each other well. They've played each other many times. Some have been teammates together on various teams, whether it's in North America or whether it's in Europe. Canadians wearing their black jerseys. And I can tell you their starting lineup will be the same as we have seen throughout the tournament. Ostepchuk, Dallaire, Higgins, Anderson, and Miller. Fifth consecutive game, they have gone with that same starting lineup. And for the United States, USA starters, Jake Williams, Brian Bell, Steve Serio, Trevon Jenifer, John Boie. That is their starting five, same group that we have seen throughout the tournament. You saw the officials for this game tonight. Linus Radicus is the crew chief. Wang Fing Kin and Thomas Payer are the umpires, the commissioners, Janine Timms. Canadians have got a good contribution points-wise from those not named Patrick Anderson in the last, well, throughout this tournament, really. They had a big game at the beginning of the tournament from Colin Higgins, who poured in 38 points against France. They got quite a balanced contribution in the quarterfinal win. Nikola Goncin had 16 in that one. 20 points, of course, for Anderson. You'd expect that. This United States team is a team that is back-to-back Paralympic champions, world champions last year. They qualified for this tournament by winning the Para-Pan American Games in Santiago, Chile. They are unbeaten in the tournament at 4-0 with wins over Spain, Netherlands, Australia, and France. The only one of those that was really close, I think you would say, would be the game against Australia, where the turnovers were a big factor in that game. Last-minute tactics for the Canadians, still with the coach. The Americans have moved off on their own, and Steve Serio, the captain, sharing his final thoughts. Referee says, let's get going. Fans are ready. Hope you're ready wherever you're watching, whatever you're watching on. Make no mistake, players like Steve Serio and Patrick Anderson know each other very well. They have played together in New York. Brian Bell is a huge presence under the net. You see that big number 8. He is third in the tournament in rebounding. Anderson is second in the tournament in rebounding. Jake Williams of the United States leads the tournament in points. Anderson is second in the tournament in points. Look at that. He is averaging a double-double, 19.8 points and over 10 rebounds per game. Those numbers from Williams. He is the university coach at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. It's a battle for a spot in the gold medal game. It's United States in white. It's Canada in black. First possession goes to Canada. Higgins has it. Launches it in for Anderson, being watched by Serio. Gives it to Ostepchuk. And he drops one in from the free throw line. First basket of the game goes to Canada's Garrett Ostepchuk. Brian Bell now handling the ball for the United States. Over for Williams, cuts into the paint, tried to work a pass in, it was swatted away. That was intended for Jenifer. Anderson comes up with it. Swings it across for Higgins. Works it back to Anderson. Works it underneath for Higgins. He rolls it off the backboard and in. And it's 2 quick baskets for the Canadians. Trevon Jenifer, Jake Williams. Americans won't panic, you know that. Here's Bell, watched by Tyler Miller. Slings it across for Williams, the tournament's leading scorer, and there you go. First points on the board for the United States. USA a 48% field goal shooting team. Canada a 48% field goal shooting team. Here's Higgins. Launches one in for Anderson. That has become his happy place through the tournament at various times, sinking baskets from a spot that a lot of people can't. Dallaire watching Williams. They work it in for Bell. His shot is off the mark. Picked up by Higgins. Tyler Miller running some traffic in front of Higgins. Miller played the entire quarterfinal. Work it in for Ostepchuk. And he rolls it in off the glass. What a start for Canada here. Keep your eye on number 14 right there as he does his work off the ball for Canada. Super effective at it, Tyler Miller. Here's Serio. Williams, watched by Higgins. 4 on the shot clock, 3 and 2. Williams puts one up, and it's going to be rebounded by Jenifer, gives to Bell, and that's what USA can do. As soon as they realized Williams was just firing one up to avoid the shot clock, you could see the alertness of Jenifer going to the basket, finding that rebound and coming down with it. Colin Higgins. Anderson's. Quite a battle going on. Works it underneath for Ostepchuk. It's going to roll away from him. Garrett Ostepchuk is out of Regina. One point he named Nick Goncin, who's his teammate, as one of his role models, another Regina boy. Ostepchuk was an alternate for the Rio team in 2016, so there's a real hunger to get on the team. This is second Paralympic Games for him now. He's already made a nice contribution offensively. Here's Steve Serio. It rolls off the rim. Dallaire collects the rebound. And Canada back to offense. Higgins launching a three-pointer. Just off the mark. Jake Williams now calmly down the floor. Dallaire getting on him. Now Higgins does. Jenifer slings it across for Bell. And he's just going to bank that one off the glass and in. And the United States is within 2 points. Anderson against Bell. One-on-one. Waiting for some help. All kinds of battling for position going on. Anderson puts up the two-pointer. It rattles out. And the United States will come back and try to come and tie it. Jake Williams. Serio. Bell. Serio. Higgins guarding him closely. Williams runs a pick. And Steve Serio has tied the game. So the United States come roaring back from an 8-2 deficit. We're all square at 8. Anderson again. Now he's one-on-one with Jenifer. Puts up a shot with Jenifer in his face. Gets his own rebound. And he still can't get it to fall. And it's Brian Bell, one of the tournament's leaders in rebounding, who gets up there to bring it down. Williams for Serio. Rolls off his fingertips. Still 5 on the shot clock. Serio. And he has not drawn a foul. It's just a turnover. And it's a timeout call from the United States. 8-8, 4:25 to go, first quarter.
Slow down, stay with you. Create. Easy with the 33. Don't go too big for you. Get wide. Get away. Coming open. You can get more space and back and continue easy. Okay. Doing a good job in defense. You're getting better. You made a great rotation. You have to be more consistent. A great job, guys. Good job. 1, 2, 3.
Great patience there by Steve Serio. He's been playing many years in Germany, played last year in Italy. Canada inbounds for Anderson. Protecting the ball. Waiting for things to develop in front of him. Gives to Higgins. Now Anderson trying to head towards the hoop. Does he open up a lane for Higgins? He does. He draws the foul. And Higgins is going to go to the line, and Trevon Jenifer is going to get the foul called on him. So Patrick Anderson on that play, I think, was trying to open up a lane for Higgins, and it worked. Higgins has had a really nice contribution to Canada for this tournament. And he hits them both. 75% free throw shooter coming into this game. Canada's restored the lead. It's a 2-point lead. Here's Jake Williams for Brian Bell. And he's got such a great bank shot. All square at 10. Anderson. He's got Ostepchuk with speed. He's got Higgins with speed. He gives it to Higgins. Bell watching him. Now Jenifer picks up the guarding. Here's Ostepchuk. He's wide open, and he hits another one. Ostepchuk's got 6 points in the game already to lead his team. Bell's got 6 for USA. He's got the ball now. In for Williams. Williams trying to find a path towards the hoop. Gets it to Serio. Anderson tries to hustle over for the help, and he got there, maybe affected Serio a little bit. Canada trying to add to its 2-point lead. Here's Colin Higgins. So much traffic in front. Finds Anderson, finds Mesh. 4-point lead, Canada. Last time these two teams met at the Paralympic Games was in Beijing, and we're talking about the 2008 version of Beijing. Of course, nice pass inside for Jenifer. He draws the foul and goes down hard. So that last meeting in Beijing in 2008 was won by Canada 69-62. And for them, that was on the way to a silver medal performance. For the United States in that Beijing tournament, they wound up losing the bronze medal game. They finished 4th there. But since then, it has been podium, podium, podium for this team. Bronze in London, gold in Rio, gold in Tokyo. So both misses for Jenifer. Vincent Dallaire picks up the ball for Canada. Anderson having quite a battle with Williams over on the far side. Dallaire, will he shoot from behind the screen? No, he won't. Not yet. Now he does from behind Boie, and it thought about it. Here's Bell. Williams. Bell. And Boie just got his head spun around there. Serio heading to the hoop, and he couldn't finish that one off. That's unlike Steve Serio. Here comes Higgins, busting down the other way. Puts the ball back on the floor. from the elbow, gives a pass to Anderson, fights off 2 American players, and banks another one in. 6-point Canada lead with 1.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Here's Williams. His pass is going to be picked off by Higgins. He'll bounce it across for Anderson. And Anderson, one-on-one against Williams, is going to launch a 3-pointer. That was awfully close. Now inside of 1 minute to play in the quarter. Serio from his familiar spot over on the left side behind the screen. Yes. That has been the most consistent shot for the United States in this game. That bank shot off the glass from the left side. Dallaire has lost the ball, and it is going to be, the referees haven't decided yet. They're going to have a discussion. Trevon Jenifer saying it's USA ball. Vinny Dallaire saying it's Canada ball. I think it's USA ball here. Nope, they're going to say Canada ball. So Higgins is going to inbound it. Anderson's got Miller down there with him. Anderson now guarded by Williams. 4 on the shot clock. That one rattles out, and here comes Williams. Higgins hustles back to pick up the guarding. There's a long shot. Rebounded, another chance, and a new clock for the U.S. Williams slings it across for Bell. Inside for Serio, and he's going to get the and one. Serio with the basket and the free throw chance. What a play there by Steve Serio. Serio finishes off that 3-point play. Nice steal by the U.S. and one more shot at the basket. And a good attempt there by Bell. I think he was hoping maybe either to get the bucket or get the foul. Doesn't get either one. After 1 quarter of play, this is a battle. And that was the 3-point play from Steve Serio and Paul Schulte. And I think that was Fabian Romo. And all joy for that one. 1 point is all that separates these North American rivals. 16-15 Canada over USA. What do you see the difference in the numbers there? Dead even field goals, 50% each. Free throws, Canada's got 2, and they've dropped them both in. Quite a battle between these two teams. Patrick Anderson, as we thought he would, doing a great job. No look pass there for Ostepchuk, who leads the Canadian side. He and Anderson both with 6 points. Great second and third effort by the United States. Bell converted on that one. Anderson finds a way so many times. He's big and tall in his chair. That makes a big difference. But he's poised and strong and experienced. Finds a way to get the job done, as does someone like Steve Serio. Look at this play. He knows he's going to get fouled. He gets the basket to go, and then he finishes it off. Serio's got 7 points, kind of quietly leading the U.S. scoring here. Here we go, second quarter action. USA in white, Canada in black. Semi-final of the Paris tournament. Serio Watched by Higgins. Back to Bell. In for Williams. Calls for Serio from the elbow. Doesn't want to shoot it. 5 on the shot clock. Gets it to Williams. He's got time. Launches it underneath, actually, for Bell. And Brian Bell on that little pick and roll. Canadians knew they had to jump Williams because he's such a good shooter. Dallaire takes and then feeds Miller, and now Higgins is going to go to the rack, and he misses what for him he would consider an easy layup. USA will try to add to its 1-point lead, and here's Bell. And he draws a foul, and he's going to get the and one. Wasn't too much, wasn't any argument from Patrick Anderson. They just kind of nodded, yep. No mistake for Brian Bell, the 35-year-old out of Birmingham, Alabama. Coming off a win in the National Wheelchair Basketball title game with Golden State Road Warriors. Here's Higgins. Here's Anderson. And we're going to get an and one here, I think. Referees are going to talk about it for a moment. It's a nice pass by Higgins. First substitution of the game for Canada. Higgins comes out. Goncin comes in. It's an equal swap of 4.5 classification players. Pretty good numbers for Pat Anderson. And he does it again. 12 for 12. USA lead is 1. Williams into traffic, back out of traffic, still with the ball. Launches a pass underneath for Bell, and he just managed to take his hand away as he realized it was going out of bounds. He might not be able to reel it in. Look at the attention being paid to Bell by Anderson, and I guess vice versa. John Boie's going to inbound it. 5 seconds on the USA shot clock. Inside for Jenifer. And does he manage to draw a foul by Ostepchuk? He does. Check that. They have given the foul to Nick Goncin. Had a quick chat with Nick Goncin after the quarterfinal, and you could just sense the joy, the relief, the satisfaction. This is not going to factor this free throw. They're going to do it over again. The referee and USA coach Rob Taylor with a discussion here. I said to Nick, oh, good shooting in that quarterfinal. And he said, it's about time. But, you know, sometimes players are the hardest on themselves. What we got out of that discussion with the coach and the official is a substitution. Talen Jourdan coming into the game. Trevon, or at least John Boie coming out of the game. So Jenifer gets 1 of 4 so far. I'm sure that feels good for him to get to 1. Otherwise, it's going to play on your mind a little bit. Goncin picks up that ball. Can be a really good three-point shooter. Has it swatted away from him, though. And USA back on offense with Serio. Steve Serio takes his time. Kicks it back for Williams. Inside for Bell. And he drops it in. And the USA lead is 4. And the press is on for USA. And Jenifer is going to come up with a steal here. And he's also going to draw a foul. Ostepchuk picks it up. So the speed, the chair skills of the United States putting all kinds of heat on Canada. And another offensive possession for USA, looking to add to their 4-point lead. Here's Williams. From beyond the arc, no. Rebound, Goncin. Bounces it to Miller, gets it back to Dallaire. Finds Goncin. Delivers to Anderson in the lane. And Patrick Anderson gets Canada back to within 2. Great patience by Canada's offense there to finally get Anderson in the paint. He had to fight off a couple players to get there. Here's Williams, here's Serio. Takes it to the baseline, tosses it back for Jenifer. And they can do it with Bell, and they can do it with Jenifer, or they can shoot from distance. And now Canada's called a timeout to talk about how to defend against this United States team, which leads by 4. 6:55 to go in the second quarter. Brian Bell has been the #1 option inside for the United States. He's got 13 points already to lead all scorers. USA with a 4-point lead. Nice contribution there, 13 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists already as well. Anderson launches a long pass that's picked up by Goncin. He's one-on-one against Bell. Goncin's going to launch a three-pointer. He's well off the mark there. He thought he was fouled, said something to the official. Back comes USA, leading by 4. And Jake Williams just given too much time and space. Dallaire drops it off for Anderson. He delivers it ahead for Goncin. Dallaire comes in to help out Goncin. 5 on the shot clock. Goncin, not quite. So a couple of trips down the floor, not resulting in points for Canada. They do get a rebound there from Miller, and they get a stop against the U.S. Now they're in trouble on the press again. Anderson takes, but it's a backcourt violation against Canada. You gotta get to that mid-stripe in 8 seconds. Canadian bench is starting to come alive a little bit. It looks like eventually Boie Hedges, the captain's gonna be coming in. Here's Williams. Bell. Williams. Serio waiting way over on the left side. But Bell's going to shoot it from just past the free throw line, and he's going to give himself 15 points in the game and give his team an 8-point lead. Anderson takes, dishes for Goncin. For Dallaire, inside for Ostepchuk, and he gets that one to roll in. Canada maybe can reestablish that play inside with Ostepchuk. He's got 8 points now. Brian Bell, is he going to try a three-pointer? No, but he sells it. Now Serio, now Bell. Williams. Back across for Serio, inside for Bell. They do it again. And draw a foul. So that was Goncin who took that foul. So we get a double substitution here for Canada. Hedges and Vermette come into the game. Bo Hedges, the pride of Wanawon, British Columbia. And Jonathan Vermette, the pride of Sherbrooke, Quebec. Brian Bell just adding to his numbers here. Rebound picked up by Goncin. So the free throw shooting has not been as good for the U.S. in this tournament as they've been in others. No foul on this play. Vermette's just down in an awkward spot. They're going to inbound the ball. It finds Anderson. He played the entire 40 minutes in the quarterfinal against the Netherlands, did Pat Anderson. Hedges, kind of from an awkward spot, almost got his own rebound, but Steve Serio beat him to it. And Hedges is going to actually take a foul on the play. So the USA lead 7. They have only gone to their bench the one time. That was for Talen Jourdan, who was out there still. Colin Higgins is getting ready to come back in the game for Canada. Sometimes he takes off Goncin, sometimes he takes off Anderson. I'm not going to guess. Steve Serio, the 36-year-old from Westbury, New York, the 5-time Paralympian. 2 golds and a bronze in his trophy case. Here is Goncin. Canada having to work on a half-court offense here. Anderson from beyond the arc, and he nails it. Get them back in a hurry when you can hit some three-pointers. Williams inside for Serio. And he manages to draw the foul. All of that attacking the basket for USA has meant that Canada's taken quite a number of fouls. Anderson, the only one who's taken 2. Just took his second there. Not on that play, but on the following play by Serio. Check that. Nick Goncin has 2 fouls as well. He just went to the bench and traded spots with Higgins. Steve Serio in the tournament so far, 50% free throw shooter. Canada inbounding the ball. Anderson got some help from Hedges, and he got fouled, and it is Serio, and that is his first personal foul, but the U.S. has only got 4 players with a single foul in the game. Check that, only 3 players with a single foul. Here is Colin Higgins. In for Vermette, inside for Boie Hedges. Canadian captain looks for an outlet, finds Anderson in the paint, gets it to go, awkward angle, crazy shot. It's in the basket, and it's a 5-point lead again, USA, as Canada cuts into it. Williams for Bell. For Williams. He puts one up, and it finally gets whacked away. It's going to be gathered in by the U.S. They'll get a new 14-second shot clock. Williams. Stuck in traffic. Gets it to Serio, and Steve Serio drops it in. Anderson takes from Vermette in a long pass. USA setting up their defense. The big line right by the arc almost. Here's Hedges. He can shoot from here, doesn't want to. Gets it to Higgins. He's feeling the heat from Bell, and he basically got a block off of that. And then Brian Bell just takes a breather, puts the ball on his lap, and takes a breath. Serio kicks it back for Williams. Launches it over to Serio. This one's going to be rebounded by Anderson. Serio trying to hem in Higgins. So Higgins not yet available. Now he is. Pass goes to Hedges from the free throw line. It rattles out though, and here goes Williams. And good job by Anderson to put some heat on him, but not foul him. And a quick, fast break from the U.S. doesn't result in a point. Anderson takes it down to the baseline. And the pass is picked off by Williams. And back come the Americans with a 7-point lead. Final minute of the half. Jenifer goes to the hoop and gets rewarded. Trevon Jenifer, he will go hard and often to the basket. That time he gets rewarded. He's got 5 points. Higgins gets the take and gets it to drop in. Beauty pass and a great finish by Colin Higgins. Good on both ends. We're seeing some world-class wheelchair basketball here. Serio inside. Bell gets the foul, gets the bucket, and one. Dallaire is the one who's going to draw the foul or take the foul there. And Brian Bell enjoying the moment. He has piled up 18 points in the game and a chance for one more here. Mission accomplished for the big man. So we just had a foul call on Jake Williams of the U.S. That was on Anderson. First personal foul of the game for Williams. Canada's got a 24-second shot clock to work. A couple seconds longer than is left in that period. In for Higgins. Across for Hedges. And he'll bank that one in. Still a chance for the U.S. to attack one more time. Jake Williams, 7 on the game clock. 5, puts up a 3, no, rebounded, Anderson. And he's gonna fire the ball to midcourt. And it's quite a battle between these two teams. An 8-point lead for the United States at halftime over Canada in this semi-final battle in Paris. It's all about the follow-through, says Mr. Bell, and his teammates are pumped up to enjoy the moment. 40-32. USA leads Canada at the half. Pretty similar numbers percentage-wise. USA's taken a couple more shots, though. We have double the number of steals. And in the end, USA leads by a nice, tidy 8-point margin. Patrick Anderson doing his part for Canada. He's got 16 points to go with his 5 rebounds. Brian Bell leading all scorers in this game. 19 points already at the half. Those two are going to continue to be a story throughout this game. Trevon Jenifer saying, yep, I had that. No lack of effort there on this part of Ostepchuk. Doing a nice job, really athletic, getting himself available. Such great chair control by Bell to go in, draw the foul, get the bucket, get the free throw. 40-32, USA over Canada at halftime. Men's semifinal, wheelchair basketball, Paris 2024. Second half action is imminent. The first quarter saw Canada outscore USA 16-15. Second quarter saw USA come storming back and outscore Canada 25-16. They did a really nice job establishing themselves in the paint. Too many pick and rolls. Canada will need to try to find a way to stop that. Ryan Bell, the man who leads all scorers in this game, piled up 19 points already, 4 rebounds. He's got a couple of assists. He is 8 of 10 from the field. There you go. Second chance points. That's a big number in this game. Canada has none. USA has 7. 7-0 in that category. Turnovers, Canada's turned the ball over 6 times. USA only 3. So you protect the ball better if you're Team Canada. And you're trying to find a way to get those second chance points. A lot of that's effort, aggressiveness, and try to shut down the lane. USA at the same time saying, hey, we're doing a lot of things well. We built up an 8-point lead, and we're still not even really cooking with gas yet, as you might say. Which team is going to play in the gold medal game? That's the story that's going to unfold here in the next 45 minutes or so. Last time these two teams met at the Paralympic Games in Beijing in 2008. Canada won that on their way to a silver medal performance. Then the Canadians went back and won gold in London. They took 3 out of 4 golds. Their gold medal streak started in 2000, then 2004, then 2012. And here we go, second half action. Canada in black, USA in white. Colin Higgins across for Patrick Anderson. Canada's got its starting lineup back on. USA has its starting lineup back on with John Boie back on the floor. And Ostepchuk with the miss. He's going to try to shake that one off. Not sure if somebody got a hand in there. Here's Steve Serio. His favorite spot down on this left wing from behind the screen. Higgins picks it up. Colin Higgins plays professionally in France, by the way. Runs into Bell, gives it to Anderson. Rolls backwards away from Boie. Puts up a shot. Doesn't want to drop. And Jenifer's there for the rebound. USA scores on this trip down the floor. It'll be a 10-point lead, at least, depending on if Williams wants to shoot from beyond the arc. Here's Serio from inside, and a bit of a circus shot for Steve Serio doesn't work. Now Canada with its trip. Higgins, Anderson with him. Finds him. Anderson fading back, and the USA is kind of giving him that shot. He can hit it. He didn't that time. It's a couple of misses now for Pat Anderson. He is 7 of 14 from the field. Inside it goes for Bell. And look at this. He is just piling up the offensive numbers. He's 9 of 11 from the field. Of course, he gets right in there. And he's so hard to stop. Dallaire takes that pass. Didn't feel like there was a path to the basket. Higgins, 5 on the shot clock. That's going to be short, well short. And not a good start to the half for Canada. Here's Jenifer. Tipping, gets the pass to Bell. This is no foul on the play, just Trevon Jenifer down on the floor. Ten-point cushion United States, 15 seconds on the shot clock they have to work here. John Boie bounces it for Serio. Slings it across for Williams, inside for Jenifer, and he draws a foul. Second foul against Ostepchuk. Coach Rob Taylor likes that a lot. He's got to be happy with what his team is doing here. Trevon Jenifer improves to 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Oh, that was mean. That one was just unlucky. It wanted to go in. Here's Higgins blowing by everybody. It's a track meet, and he's going to drop it in off the glass. Save all the rest of his teammates a trip down the floor and a half-court offense. Patrick Anderson didn't even leave the paint barely. Here's Bell, Williams, Serio, Bell, hits another one. The bell tolls for number 8. Anderson absorbs a little bit of a hit there from Jenifer. Finds Dallaire with a pass. Puts the ball on the floor. Nice dish inside for Tyler Miller. And then this quarterfinal, he was dropping those in left and right. There's Jenifer. Serio thinks about a 3. Changes his mind. Here's Williams. He thinks about a 3, and it's short. Nice rebound, Dallaire. Canada trying to cut into this 11-point deficit. Colin Higgins. Anderson. 5 on the shot clock for Pat Anderson. Puts one up and almost rebounded by Tyler Miller. Trevon Jenifer drops it off for Williams. Finds Bell. Slings it back for Williams. Now Serio. 3 on the shot clock. Hounded by Higgins. He's going to put one up, and he's going to put one underneath. And I think they're going to count that. That was awfully close. Tyler Miller for Canada. He had a 10-point game in the quarterfinal, did Miller. And you can get your 1.0 classification players doing that. In fact, he's a 1.5, but you get the idea. And that's significant. Here is Bell. Barging into the lane. Nice little quick pass from Williams. Finds Jenifer, puts another one in, and quickly a timeout call, Canada. As USA is starting to really feel it. That was almost a volleyball set from Williams. Beautifully done. And the coach can do nothing but that. So far, this has been a pretty clinical performance by the United States. Steve Serio doing Steve Serio type things. In a game like this, he is playing set up, man. I say that, and then I look up and realize he's got 12 points. 25, though, for Bell. Ostepchuk gets Canada past the mid-stripe. Higgins is going to bust right into the basket, and then he misses a layup. And Canada just cannot afford to see that happen. Do so much work to get Higgins a path to the basket. And if he was in practice, he'd nail that 10 out of 10 times. Here's Williams, launches one as the shot clock was getting ready to expire. Higgins for Canada, kicks it out to Anderson, quick feed in for Ostepchuk, and a nice little layup to give him 10 points for Garrett Ostepchuk. His best offensive output of the tournament. Serio, watched by Higgins. The help comes from Dallaire. The shot comes from Williams, and he hits another one, and Jake Williams has got 6 points. Remember, Williams came into this game as the tournament's leading scorer. Canada's managed to hold him to 6, but it's been the Brian Bell show. That foul was on Trevon Jenifer. That is his second personal foul. Inside for Higgins, and he draws the foul. He's going to go to the line. Nice trust in Higgins by Anderson, saying, hey, I got you. (51-36), a 15-point lead, United States. Colin Higgins. One out of two gets Canada one back. Now looking for stops, the team in black. Steve Serio kicks it back for Williams. Now Serio. Canada trying to shut off his path to the basket. Williams. And that's going to rattle in as well. And Jake Williams really starting to feel it on the USA side. 8 points for him. Maybe that takes the pressure off Bell a little bit. He was taking the pressure off him earlier. That's what good teams do, take pressure off each other. Higgins goes for the three-pointer. It thought about it. Got to think that USA is going to not rush their possessions here. Serio over from the right side. Underneath for Bell, spins around, gets the shot, gets his own rebound, and puts it in. There's another one of those occasions where second chance points come into play. Pat Anderson's going to put the ball on the floor and then slide ahead, gets it to Dallaire. And a nice little underhanded layup for Vincent Dallaire. Like Anderson kind of called that play right from the get-go. Inside of 90 seconds to play in this third quarter, which has been pretty much all USA. They are up 15-7 in the quarter. Steve Serio is going to take a bit of a breather here. He'll be replaced by Jorge Salazar, who's a U.S. Marine, retired U.S. Marine, awarded the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. Plays professionally in Spain. Anderson, Canada. Ostepchuk, Higgins. And it is just dried up now for Colin Higgins. USA back on offense. Bell gets the return, gets another one. And Canadian coach Farini was upset on that play. I don't know if he thought there was a 3-second violation or what it was. So no answers forthcoming. Colin Higgins with the ball. He is 3 of 11 from the field. Anderson has had his path to the basket guarded by the likes of Brian Bell. Has to shoot from well outside. Final seconds now of this third quarter. Whistle goes. And they're going to inbound the ball here. I think one of the players was down on the floor for a second. I see Anderson and Jenifer were attached. Jake Williams, 7 on the shot clock, a couple more on the game clock. Gets another one to go on the runner. 10 points for Williams, 20-point lead USA. And they are fully in control of this semifinal here in Paris. So USA outscored Canada by 9 points in the second quarter, 12 points in the third quarter. Their percentages are moving up, 57% on 25 shots. Canada 41% on 25 made shots on 44. And for Canada, the numbers not looking so good, 17 of 41 for them. Jake Williams, a big part of it, especially in that third quarter. As Brian Bell established his presence early on. Colin Higgins has just had such a good tournament, exploded for that 38-point game against France. It was so important for the Canadian hopes. But he's been cold so far in this one. Brian Bell hasn't. He's been red hot. 29 points for Bell. USA with 3 players in double figures already, including the 29 for Bell. Trevon Jenifer is just one basket away, one field goal away from joining that club. Here we go, fourth quarter action. Fourth quarter action, a 20-point lead, United States. Swatted away by Nick Goncin, who's come in to replace Patrick Anderson. The rest of the Canadian starting lineup is the same. Salazar still in to replace Serio. Williams puts a long one up, and now he's feeling it in a big way. Jake Williams didn't get much early because they were using that inside. They're using that inside approach going to Bell, but now they have explored all their options. Here's a steal for Williams. And he's got company, feeds it ahead to Bell, gives it back to Williams, drops it off for Salazar. And look at that, tic-tac-toe. Beautifully done, finished off with style by Salazar. Nick Goncin seeing if he can find some answers. Long pass across, finds Higgins. It's going to be batted away by Williams again, but this time Nick Goncin's going to beat him to it. Launches it for Miller, and that was the end of the Canadian shot clock anyway. Pat Anderson's going to go back into the game quickly for Canada. That was the rest of 1 minute and 14 seconds of playing time for number 12. He'll come in to replace Higgins. Seems pretty unlikely that Canada can pull off a comeback here. USA has been so good at protecting leads. And we've got an offensive foul being charged on Garrett Ostepchuk. Well, there's the play right there over on the side of your screen. Hard for us to see there exactly what Ostepchuk did. There's a turnover from USA. Canada trying to get some good things going here. Jenifer goes down. It's a 5-on-4 Canada. Can they use it? The long shot rattles out from Goncin. And Bell gets run into by Anderson, who kind of grabs him just to protect him as much as anything else. He's trying to get the ball here is Anderson, but he doesn't want Brian Bell to go crashing down or crash down on top of him. Lots of respect among these top players. Jake Williams kicks it back for Bell. Williams, the two hottest scorers in the game. No look pass finds Salazar. Rebound gathered in by Anderson. Here's Goncin. Rebound, team rebound for Canada. And Salazar just took a foul on Goncin. So it was Dallaire who made a nice tip to get the ball to Anderson. And the officials are going to check this to see if it's an unsportsmanlike. Meanwhile, these guys might be 2 or 3 minutes, but on the floor, there's all kinds of jockeying for position going on. Pretty good atmosphere here inside the Bercy Arena. Canada, USA, semifinal action. It is an unsportsmanlike called on Jorge Salazar. And so Nick Goncin is going to go to the line here, and then Canada's going to get possession after. If the deficit was 15 points, you'd say this could be really, really crucial, but 24 points now, 23 points now. This, if you get here, you're at 21 if you manage to be successful here. Canadians will use a 14-second shot clock, inbounded here. Here's Ostepchuk to Goncin. Guarded by Williams. Bounces it for Ostepchuk. And almost rebounded by Canada. Anderson poked it, but it went right into the hands of USA's Williams. Bell with a beauty bounce pass for Jake Williams, and he just calmly delivers it into the basket. 15 points for Williams. Anderson takes, fades, fires, misses. Salazar rebounds. And here's Brian Bell for Salazar. And they really want Salazar to be contributing here. Has a different role on the floor as Steve Serio, who's the one he replaced, but so this foul is on John Boie. Boie, key player on this USA team. Number 33, right there by the Paris sign. Played 29 minutes in their quarterfinal win, had 26 minutes in the game against Australia, 30 minutes in the game against the Netherlands, and 29 against Spain. You get the idea. He is a huge part of their team. They want him out there to create opportunities for others. Canada's going to bring in a trio of players. Vermette, Hedges, and I missed who the third one was there. Hedges, Vermette, and Chad Jassman. Brian Bell in a little bit more of a ball handling role without Serio on the floor. Salazar. That one's going to rattle out into the grasp of Nick Goncin. Less than 6 minutes to play in this one. 27-point lead, USA. Here's Jake Williams. The no-look pass to Bell, gives it back to Williams. And that's going to be swatted away. It's going to be Canada ball. See if you can see what Anderson did there. He kind of swept the ball to go off of Williams' chest on the way out. And now Patrick Anderson checks out of the game. That's probably the last time. Colin Higgins back on the floor. Both of these teams, of course, have another game to play. Winner to the gold medal game, loser to the bronze medal game. And of course, it looks more and more like it'll be USA to the gold, Canada to the bronze. This is a giveaway here. Good save by Goncin. Finds Higgins. Those two move up the floor. Canadians crossing. Here's Hedges. Can't shoot from there. Drops it back for Higgins. Hedges launches the one-hand shot. Wasn't a bad idea with the shot clock running out. Brian Bell likes that no-look pass. Williams. A foul is going to be on Chad Jassman of Canada. Patrick Anderson trying to carry his team to the gold medal game. It was always going to be a tough, tough battle against this USA team, which is so deep in talent. Jake Williams to the baseline, into the paint for Bell, and he gives himself two more for 31 points. Canadians went toe-to-toe with the USA early in this game. Had a 6-point lead at one time. And that was just the one time they led in the game, and then USA came back, took the lead, and never relinquished it. Salazar taking the pass. Foul call here against Canada. Canadians are going to give some more time to young Reed Daith out of Sherwood Park, Alberta, the 22-year-old who came into the game earlier this tournament against Germany, scored 14 points. We want to see what he can do against USA. Trevon Jenifer takes his time. They're going to let him shoot from there. USA getting ready to make some substitutions as well. Here's Higgins from beyond, from this side of the screen, of course. And I think it was beyond the arc. This is just a master class being put on here by Jake Williams and Team USA. Higgins, Daith. That one rattles out. So Brian Bell's just picked up his 10th rebound to add to his 31 points. And look at this, Jake Williams. He is just on fire. Colin Higgins for Canada. Playing distributor out there, gives it to Higgins, or to Hedges rather. Good job to work the ball for Reed Daith. Good patience by the 22-year-old. So USA getting ready for a triple substitution here. There was good work by Hedges. Boie got the ball to Reed Daith, and he makes no mistake. Triple substitution for the U.S. Jourdan coming into the game. Romo coming into the game. Meyer. Hinze. Jenifer's the only one who has stayed out here for USA. So I guess that's a... I thought it was a quadruple substitution, but someone must have been out there already that eluded me as USA continues to just score on almost every possession. Jake Williams just went to the bench a couple minutes ago, and he's got to be credited, as does Brian Bell, with an outstanding game. Huge numbers put up by both. Jeromie Meyer. Romo, that's a bit short. Nice team rebound there. Reed Daith gets it to Higgins. Higgins thinks about it from behind the screen, doesn't want to shoot it. This is going to be swatted away. Jassman does really well to beat Trevon Jenifer. Speaking of team rebounding, that was a good one for the U.S. as Jenifer popped it over to Romo. So the United States has shown its form. They are the reigning world champions. They are the two-time reigning Paralympic champions. An absolutely clinical performance here by them in this gold medal game, and it doesn't stop. Jeromie Meyer puts one in to give USA 80 points. Now, it was close in the first quarter, and then that was it. USA started to move ahead, had an 8-point lead by halftime. It grew, and it grew in the third quarter, and it grew even more in the fourth. And in the end, it is an absolutely comprehensive win for the United States of America, 80-43 over their North American rivals, Canada. Coach Matteo Farini says to Patrick Anderson, we've got one more fight in us, Pat, and it's going to be for a bronze medal in Paris. It wasn't to be for Canada for gold in this one. Well, as you hear maybe you hear the stadium announcer saying, it'll be USA against Great Britain for gold. It'll be Canada against Germany for bronze. Second meeting of the tournament, that will be. Canada won the first. Germany is into the semifinals for the first, or was into the medal round for the first time in years. But this game is all about USA. Brian Bell with an absolutely masterful performance. 31 points for him, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. The players appreciate what the fans have given them, not just in this game, but throughout the week. Absolutely filling the stadium, rocking the stadium, the Bercy Arena. For some of these players, it'll be a first trip to the gold medal game for United States. The likes of Meyer and Romo and Salazar and Fitzpatrick and Jordan. And there's Mikey Pay, longtime player on USA, now assistant coach. Huge, huge victory for the U.S. They dominate Canada in the second half, outscore them 40-11 in the half when all is said and done. 60% from the field is how it ended for the U.S. Very impressive. Two stars of the game there, Bell and Serio, lead the group into a victorious celebration as they are headed for gold. A gold medal game against Great Britain. It should be a classic. And there you see it. Gold will be between Great Britain and the United States. Bronze will go to either Canada or Germany. Stay tuned.